Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to CarMiZa. Just a quick update. Today is October 30th, 2022. Currently at about 600 hours, almost exactly, on the build. And this video, I know I've done some Dynamat videos and OEM wiring videos, but this video is just to kind of conclude those two chapters of the build. I ended up doing some extra things and just kind of finalize some loose ends. So I just wanted to go over those. The first thing is just to reiterate, the fenders are not treated yet. So thin, it's actually 16 gauge metal, which is pretty solid compared to, again, 2 layers of Dynamat on every surface of the car. I also went through, one of the things that I did since the last video is applied expandable spray foam to the A, B, C pillars and the roof. So it is extremely dead. Even again, the moonroof cover. I will be installing the subs and then using a sign sweep just to check for any resonances before I get too deep. All right, so that part of it again is done. I also wanted to just go over some of the final wiring that I did not have completed in the last video, which would be things like the kick panel. So again, the objective here is to make sure that for servicing purposes, I can get the woofers in and out of the car very easily. And if you notice, that is the factory wiring. Again, you can see those larger spots where I bypassed the Molex plugs, and you can see I've got everything extremely secure. Those are all stainless steel screws, galvanized metal for those brackets covered with the electrical tape. And then if the screws go through the body of the car, those were silicone sealed to make sure everything is protected. So really not much of a bump there at all, maybe a ½ inch. And then when I install the factory carpet, I'll put some padding up on either side of that just to make sure there's no hump whatsoever. Also important to note, the last thing I did today before doing this video was I went through and had every component in the car electrically and went through and tested everything. And I made a big list, an inventory of all the different electrical functions of the car, and everything works 100%. So no issues whatsoever, which just ensures that everything is good with the, the OEM wiring. Again, notice the attention to detail here using the factory brackets. Everything is extremely tight. Replace these as well on the front because the old ones were kind of in rough shape. These are basically just the water drains for the sunroof. From here, I think the next thing I'm going to do, I also have that car out there, which is a 2005 Mercedes E55 AMG. It's kind of my daily, I guess, if you will. That car needs some TLC, so I think I'm going to spend a little bit of time working on that before I get back into MiZa. But I'm thinking, I'm not really sure of the next step. I'm either thinking maybe finish the fenders, which again are going to basically move forward off the car. So again, here's my little mock-up. Just got a pair of spare woofers too, B&W woofers. I was lucky enough to find those. But this again is what the fender is going to look like. This is just a mock-up model for my hinges. So pretend the bench is the body of the car. This is the fender. It's going to move forward, and then this is where the woofer is. So that might be one of the things that I do next, or the thing I do next, or I think I kind of deserve a little bit of something fun. This was not fun, guys. I spent, I think it was a little over 360 hours doing the Dynamat and the OEM wiring, which includes rebuilding the HVAC box. That just sucked, but it's all done. And now I want to be able to do something where I can see some final aspects of the build. So I'm thinking maybe I do the trunk next. And that again, the trunk build is going to be essentially the same thing that Earl had in the car. And I've actually got a picture over here, kind of my inspiration. This is what the last build looked like when Henry did the car. So the Milberts, gold Milberts to 2 Sony XES C1 changers, and then you can notice the 2 the P1 X1 box in the center there, which are gold plated as well. So it's going to look very much like that. Possibly some careful +1s, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. But I'm going to work on the E55, get that sorted, be able to go to like some Cars and Coffees and things like that, and then get back to CarMiZa. But thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.